So chances are, if you're watching this, you probably know who I am already. And if you don't,
I wanna hear what you think, then I'ma let you know. Give a damn what they say, I don't wanna know. I wanna hear what you think, then I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I wanna hear what you think, then I'ma let you know. Give a damn what they say, I don't wanna know. I wanna hear what you think, then I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
And that's just what it is. Show yourself.
I know everybody's wondering, well, why is this called Apartment 203? Does he live in Apartment 203? And the obvious answer is yes, I am in Apartment 203. It's been the focal point of my career in the past few months. I've decided to take on everything myself. This is where I have my meetings with my songwriters. This is where I'm planning my next move. The transition from having my career run for me to running it myself. A big part of that means getting my image back on track. So that was really good. So I was like, let me make sure that I get myself back in shape. So getting back in shape means taking a trip on down to Whole Foods. Alright, so we're on our way to Whole Foods to get some healthy eatings.
Camera goes off now. We are at Whole Foods, and that is all I have to say.
Because we're here.
We're here.
We're here.
We're here. We're queer. Get used to it.
That will certainly be edited out.
We are used to it. That was a Simpsons reference if this ends up staying in here. Let's see you inside Whole Foods. Let's go. I didn't hit the record button, so great.
So, me and my little brother love going to Whole Foods because they have healthy stuff to get. But apparently we went on a day where it was bring your crazy grandmother to Whole Foods day.
I don't even know if that was on video.
Stuck up Fuji apples everywhere. As we're going around, you got all these old women like blocking all the aisles with these extra large baskets because the aisles in the Whole Foods in Silver Spring are really narrow. And they're blocking everything. And this one lady in particular, every time we go to get something, she's blocking the aisle and reading all the labels on everything. You know? Like, who really needs to read all the labels on applesauce? Like, really? So, I go to get some water, and who do I see?
That water right there.
Oh.
We use this for the bone broth.
Just one?
Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Get another one.
I was like, what the hell?
Get out the way, ladies. Oblivion. No, but seriously, y'all haven't seen the obliviousness of Whole Foods customers.
Notice how I grabbed the water.
Walk away. I'm not reading the ingredients of these sprinkles.
So what's that? This is H2O. Before opening, make sure cap safety ring is unbroken. Looks good.
Yeah.
No, you should respect elderly people.
I hate them so much.
Stop saying my thoughts. I was like, okay, respect your elders. But it was really annoying because she had been blocking us all day and yelling out like, hey, how do I find a good apple? What's a good apple? Like, lady, you're this old and you don't know how to find a good apple? What have you been doing all your life? So, she's reading the water bottles. Why? It's water. Let's go. Come on. What's up, brother? Hey. How are you? Good. How are you? it's very much so like a family atmosphere with my background singers, because most of the time I use background singers that I've trained myself. I work with singers pretty much all day, every day, and so I feel like all the best singers in the area I know personally, and a lot of them I train personally. And what I like about working with background singers who I know personally is that I can really push them because I know what they're capable of.
I mean, he was celebrity from what I understand.
Why say that?
Traveling the country.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
India. You wasn't gonna wait. That was me honking at you.
Oh, that was you on there?
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, you. I said, okay, yeah, he don't know who it is.
It's almost like a family gathering every time they come by, and everybody's hugging, and you know, it's like a reunion almost, and we get to doing our musical thing, and it's cool, and we just do it.
Let me love you, sugar. You're my destiny manifesting, darling, 'cause you know I'll be the one to love you, slowly penetrating just enough to keep you anticipating more. Let me need you, sugar. Let me be the one you need.
I got invited to perform at a youth conference in Baltimore, and I was excited because this will be my chance to get back to performing again. But the song that we're doing, Let Me Be the One, that the amazing Keith Marshall wrote, is a little suggestive. When I started finding out the themes from the director of the youth rally, the themes of it, I realized that some of the messages in our song kind of conflicted, because there's a line in the song called, it goes, darling, 'cause you know that I'll be the one to love you, slowly penetrating just enough to keep you anticipating more. And that penetrating just enough to keep you anticipating more, that by itself wouldn't have done it when you're trying to talk about abstinence and sexual purity. So it's like, okay. But luckily, I had an original gospel song from my first album, and we decided at the last minute to work on that.
Jesus is love.
You got the second one.
Woo.
I was starting on the wrong note.
Jesus is
That's probably why I was on the song.
Jesus is
love. Jesus is love.
The drumming, they think they be singing.
I just want
You go ahead on, Delonte. You're gonna sing in the soprano section.
Right.
I'm an alto. Yes, you are. But anyway. I mean, everybody knows who that is, too. Everybody knows
That joke real.
I was especially excited about this youth conference when I found out that not only would I be singing, but they would also want me to do some vocal workshops and some master classes. And this is really cool because you normally don't hear about pop music or R&B artists or contemporary artists in general doing this kind of thing. In the classical world, it's very common for you to have somebody who's at the height of their performance career who will also do some master classes. And I think that's amazing. I think that artists should share, and I think that that sharing element amongst artists is such a powerful thing and such a good thing, you know, to share the knowledge, share the wealth. And I got to do that with this particular performance. And so they would get to hear me sing, and then afterwards, I get to show them how I do what I do.
I'm still hit you up, man, with the
It's a truth I've learned and know for sure. So desperate for someone to see me for me and love me in spite of my flaws and
Okay, so we get to this place, and we're expecting a little youth rally. We found out it was at a church, and so we're thinking this is gonna be okay. It'll be a nice little thing. Reach out to the young folk. You know, I am a Christian, and so I thought it'd be great. So, you know, our first performance. I'm not a gospel artist exactly, and that I don't do exclusively Christian music, but I am a Christian who sings about a variety of things in life, and so but still, I thought it'd be great to reach out to these kids, and but we're expecting a small little thing. This is a mega church. It's huge, and yeah. I think you'll like this song, man.
Oh, I won't be ashamed, no. This world don't want you to know. Say there's truth in God, and Jesus is love.
The place is packed, and I'm like, am I at the MTV Awards? Hands waving and everything, and it was really inspiring to me. It was great. The best part, though, was afterwards. We got to talk to the kids in person. So me and my background singers, two of which are teachers that work under me with the Arsenal approach, they assisted me with this workshop, with the workshops, working with the kids. And it was really interesting. I talked about standard vocal technique, but then I let them freestyle a little bit. And to see them freestyle was really funny on some of the stuff that they would talk about. And then sometimes it was really touching and deep. One of the topics was, it's so hard to be a young Christian. And this young guy gets up and starts singing. And he had a lot of personality. He had been very vocal throughout the lecture portion of the workshop. And we got up, we were expecting something a little comical. But he took it to a very deep, sincere place.
And you tell them about heaven, and they don't even want to know why. Please help me, God, to live for you and be that light. Guide them to you. Please, God, show me the way. I can be there for you.
And we were all like, whoa, you know, where'd that come from? You know? And it was really powerful. It's amazing how cathartic music can be and what it can pull out of you. That's why I love it so much. At the end of the workshops, that was the most powerful moment to me, because that's when everybody comes up to you and wants to tell you personally the stuff that they were too afraid to say in front of everyone else, or wants to sing for you. And there were these two little girls that came up, and the girl's like, my friend can sing. They were like, okay, you know, we hear that like a trillion times a day, and then people sound like, psh, you know, but this little girl opens up her mouth, and it's like, bah! You know, I'm like, what the hell?
But you've been my protection every step of the way, and I wanna say thank you, Lord, for all you've done for me.
It's crazy, crazy. And at the end, there was this guy that I saw who I remember from another workshop that I had done last year. And I know that he's obviously passionate about it because I saw him again. And he definitely has a voice, but the confidence is not really there. He reminds me of myself not that long ago, maybe when I was like a sophomore or something in college, where you know what you want to do, but it seems so unreasonable because everybody around you is like, yeah, right, you know, you can't do that. And even though something in you, you know that you can, but then there's that nagging doubt that just won't let you fully commit. And I felt like he was right at that place, and I could just push him over, give him that extra nudge to be like, hey, you can do this. And he had waited for a long time because there was a big crowd around us at the end of the workshop, you know, a lot of kids, and he had waited for a long time. And then it's like at the very end, you kind of feel like, sense he kind of lost his nerve, and walked away. Like he was like, no. And he just kind of walked off. But I didn't want to let it go.
You should record a demo soon.
I said you should record a demo soon.
I don't think I'm that good.
You will be. How old are you? 16? Yeah. I think that 18, if you really want to pursue it, record a demo.
Let me tell you how insightful Mr. Arsenault is. Now, you just had this young gentleman here. He sang early, he sounded good. He stayed near the end.
Thank you, Mike.
Waited until everybody
Right.
spoke to Eric. Looked like he wanted to say something.
Yes.
And then immediately said, oh, I'll see you later. But then Eric stopped him.
Yes.
Started up a conversation.
Yes.
Gave him some confidence.
Good job.
And he opened up.
I saw
See,
that.
You just gotta discern. You gotta see what's going
Exactly.
on.
I'm so glad Eric did that, man. I was like,
Me too.
I'm like, man, because this kid, like, he wasn't standing here for just,
Right, exactly.
just waiting for them girls to leave.
Right. He had a purpose.
Good stuff.
Good thing.
I think sometimes people confuse being real with being pessimistic. And it's not, there's nothing childish or foolish or stupid about thinking that you can follow a dream. Sometimes, no matter how strong you are, as strong a person as I feel that I am and that I was during that time, it can start to weigh and bear down on you sometimes, and you need that person to say, you know, I think you can. You know, I believe in you. That sounds so corny. And yeah, it is corny, but it's true though. It is. You need that sometimes. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know what else I had to say.
You bring me the joy of a child.
This episode of Apartment 203 contained music by Suga Brown.
So why do you want me? You lick your lips and say